What is going on, guys? Welcome to J Powell Music. Of course, you can like and subscribe if you'd like to for the channel, and also hit the like button so the videos go around the internet. Definitely would appreciate that. Recently, Anthony Fantano, the world's busiest music nerd, as he likes to say, was talking about Kendrick Lamar and his collab with Playboi Carti. And he makes a specific point to call out Kendrick Lamar for supposed hypocrisy of collaborating with an artist that has some moral issues, while he claims, as far as Kendrick Lamar, having this moral stance, and calls him a hypocrite because of it. But I don't agree with that, or not say that I don't agree with him being a hypocrite, I should say. And there's a couple of different reasons why. For one, I feel like it kind of is an out of the blue. It's kind of an out of the blue accusation. But there's a lot of things to consider when it comes to him saying this. One of the things is that Kendrick Lamar, from Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, he's made comments such as "I am not your savior." He has the whole album from Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Clearly, one of the biggest themes is showing his imperfections as a man and how he needs therapy and how he needs to work on himself. You know, even talking about, I want to say it's called Father Times, where he says, you know, he needs more. When the Drake and Kanye beef, it was ended, said, I was thoroughly confused. I guess I have some more work to do. So he doesn't approach himself as this moral hierarchy. And I think Fantano is applying it specifically for the Drake and Kendrick beef. There's also seems to be a little bit of a slight bias that he may have leaning towards Drake. And I say that because he brought up the point of how during the Pusha and Drake beef, of how he was bullied into being a dad. I think you're missing the point, Anthony Fantano. It wasn't that he was bullied into being a dad. He was pretty much just called out for pretty much not having any type of showing any type of relation of him being a father at all. Like showing that he just doesn't that the kid doesn't exist, and him being a father doesn't exist. It's not necessarily him, it's not necessarily the notion of him bullying him to being a dad. It's to show that Drake doesn't want to be a dad. He doesn't want this kid, but he has him, right? Even the notions of from Certified Lover Boy, talking about how he locked his girl at the time or whatever in the apartment or whatever the case may be when the whole thing was going on. So there seems to be a little bit of a bias that he has towards Drake, and that's fine. Everyone has biases. The biggest thing that I'm going after is his attack on Kendrick being a hypocrite. And I feel like there's multiple times where Kendrick has mentioned, I'm not saying that I'm perfect. And I think for him working with Playboi Carti, I don't think that's necessarily a situation of him saying, does he have to work? I don't think that's a situation where he would be a hypocrite. Does he have to work with all perfect people now? Like the situation with Drake and Kendrick speared off of very specific things. And those specific things relate to, per Kendrick, how Drake just utilizes Black culture to his convenience. If we're talking about morals for Kendrick's convenience, his concern was Drake was using Black culture to his convenience. And it seems like a lot of that was highlighted significantly, especially when it came to the different things that he was saying in Family Matters. Like, oh, act like you freed the slaves. Talking to another black man, trying how he freed the slaves, and just saying all these really disrespectful stuff that doesn't really make sense for one black man to talk about to another. So when it comes to a moral standpoint, I don't think morals was really the conversation, even though he was saying that he felt a moral reason to do it. I think it was more of a notion of just kind of it sitting not sitting right with him, of him kind of utilizing blackness as a way for him to sell versus him being, you know, within the black community, or being a representation of that. And I think that's the biggest thing that is missing from Fantano's argument of it. So I just disagree. I think, I think him working with other people that have more issues that go on, I mean, that happens. I don't see why that would be a big issue. Everyone kind of does it. You know what I mean? I don't think that calls him a hypocrite because he's mentioned his own faults. Yeah, and I don't know where that came from. To me, it's kind of a random accusation. To me, it seems like Anthony Fantano was waiting to say something negatively towards Kendrick, which, you know, I'm not against. If someone deserves that critique, they deserve that critique. But this doesn't seem like it was a very accurate opinion when it comes to that. So that's my only notion there. But what do you guys think? Put your comments. Leave me your comments. Leave me your thoughts. J Powell Music. I'll get you guys next video.